What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we have some NFL news. The NFL has set the salary cap for 2021, and we definitely wish it was higher. Let's get it started.
I got to shout out Dose of Dion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, guys don't know, Dose of Dion, he put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
And welcome everybody to our video. Glad you guys are here. And yes, we have some NFL news that directly affects the Detroit Lions and every single NFL team. And this is that the league salary cap was set. And man, you wish it was a little bit higher, but it is better than the minimum. So that's I guess is good. Now, it was interesting yesterday that they still let the franchise tag deadline happen, even though they didn't actually announce the final league salary cap. You would think that the owners or individual teams would have probably been in the know of approximately what it was going to be, and it was very similar to the floor. So it's like, okay, maybe it's not that big of a deal, but that's what they did last time. They moved the tagging deadline back because they didn't have that final salary cap number announced. Well, now they have it announced a day later, so interesting there. But like I said, we wish this number was just a little bit higher or much higher. But the number is this. The number is set at $182.5 million. Boom, there you go. That's the league salary cap, $182.5 million. Woo! Haha, wish it was better. Okay, it's a little bit better than the floor. That's good. But to put that kind of in the context of how much of a drop it is, last season it was $198.2 million. So basically like what, $16-17 million less than last season. That's tough. That is very tough. And it's a lot of money, right? $16-17 million, right? That's a Galladay franchise tag. That's a lot of money. So COVID really jacked things up. They were hoping to get it higher than that with a new TV deal. Maybe that didn't happen. I don't know. Either way, it's set at 182.5. So what does that mean for the Detroit Lions? So we tried to do an update video on where the Lions salary cap was. Let me just say it was very not the best, because it was very difficult because we didn't know the final league salary cap number, so it was going off projections there. We didn't have all the contracts, so we were going off of projections there. We didn't have all the restructure information, so we were going off projections. It was all projections. But I think we have a better updated version now. Now, this is still through Spot Track, but I've kind of backchecked through over the cap to make sure the numbers were right here. And I went through the salary caps for each player. I checked the restructures out, and I'm pretty sure this is semi-accurate. Not completely, but semi-accurate. So I'm going to roll over there. We're going to take a look at the salary cap for the Detroit Lions and why it is what it is. All right, guys, so let's take a look at Spot Track here. I kind of want to go through how the salary cap is what it is and how this is way more accurate than last time we did an update on the Lions salary cap, because now it's not as much projections. We actually have real numbers here. And I went through and I updated this site on what they were missing. And I'm pretty sure this is a relatively accurate number for the Detroit Lions. So let's just take a look at how this is working out. So you guys can see the total available cap is set at $197.7 million. If you're wondering how that got there for the Lions, if it's only 182.5, the reason it got there is because the Lions have roughly $15 million rolling over. With the adjusted and the rollover from last season, you add about $15 million to that, $197.7 million. Now, it may be off by a couple $100,000, but for the most part, it's pretty accurate. And then you take a look at the cap space, right? $2.45 million. That's what I got. That's what I have right now. The Lions are under the cap by $2.45 million, which is solid because I'm pretty sure rules you have to be under the cap by the time the new league starts, which is March 17th, if I'm correct, March 17th. So the Lions have to be under the cap. Expect more moves because there's not a lot you can do with $2.4 million, but it is under the cap. So that is good. At least I guess that's good. And now I'm going to show you guys how we got there, because you can see the total savings is negative $5.9 million. Why is it negative $5.9 million? Well, let me show you how we got to that number. So let's first take a look at this one. This is the first thing I changed. This was Jamie Collins. Now, last time we had Jamie Collins restructure sitting at $4.9 million, basically nearly $5 million cap hit for 2021, but that's incorrect. All right, I checked over the cap. They have 7.3 million, and I checked other sources. They had 7.3 million. Lions articles had 7.3 million. So it's $7.3 million. That's what we're going to roll with for his cap number for 2021. We're going to go with that because there's more places that have said that than just Spot Track. So I adjusted that number, changed it, which meant that, as you can see here, negative $2.3 million. So it's $2.3 million more for this season than with the initial restructure we had last time. Okay, so that is definitely a big difference. Then you can see it brings up Mike Ford, signed to a $1.2 million deal. So let's scroll down the bottom and let me explain why this is really weird looking. So Michael Ford, 1.2 million. That is his contract. That's what Over the Cap tells us. That's his contract. Spotrac doesn't have it yet, but that is his contract. That's what Lions are going to pay him according to Over the Cap. So I'm just rolling with it. 1.2 million, which actually means we were pretty close. We actually were somewhat close, like inaccurate with the 1.5 million, so we weren't too bad there. But yeah, so I did update. I put Michael Ford in here. Next thing you see, Terrell Williams cap hit of 4.7. They didn't have any money for that because it's probably because it's not official yet. None of these are really official, so I'm assuming that's why they don't actually have the number there. They're gonna have the name, but not the number. But we do know that Terrell Williams, Michael Ford, we know that Terrell Williams getting 4.7 to 6.2 million. Now it seems like 6.2 with incentives, but we could just start at the bottom and just go with 4.7, and maybe it works its way up to 6.2. But I went with the bottom this time instead of 6.2 million. So yes, this could change. I mean, it definitely changed the cap space if it's 6.2 instead. But I'm just gonna start work from the bottom, and then if you can, reach those milestones or whatever it is to get them up to 6.2 million, then it'll change as time goes on. But for right now, I put it at the bottom at 4.7 million. I feel like that's more accurate now thinking about it again. Joel Heath, the cap changed. So Joel Heath, his cap number for 2021, he's right here, is 850K. They had 0 there as well. He was signed to a futures contract, so I updated that, put his number in. And then you could see some really confusing stuff. You're probably wondering why these are all blank. Well, in the offseason, there's this top 51 rule, which basically makes it so that only the top 51 contracts count towards the salary cap in the offseason. That's all it is. So for the Lions here, these guys all had like 650K or something like that, 660K. So I just decided to get rid of all of them because you take your top, right? You take your top 51 contracts. So I took a look at 3 of the lowest contracts that we had. I just erased them all because Terrell Williams is making more, Michael Ford's making more, Joel Heath is making more. So that makes it the top 51 because, of course, we have 54. So that's why I got rid of all those, which pushed our cap back up to $2.45 million. So, yes, I did update this the best that I can. I'm pretty sure this is pretty darn accurate. Not completely accurate. There's probably stuff that are missing. Obviously, numbers are always changing by different sites and sources. But for a rough estimate, we have $2.45 million. So yes, we wish that salary cap would have been higher. At least it wasn't the floor, though. We do wish it was much higher. Could make things a lot easier. But again, I expect moves to continue to be made. But people have been asking me, hey, where's the Lions salary cap? I'm pretty sure that's where we're at. It already involves the Desmond Trufant cut, as you guys can see here. It involves the Christian Jones cut, as you can see here. So yeah, I'm pretty sure, this is pretty correct. But we'll see, right? Are the Lions going to try to get Golladay a contract? Or to try to get Romeo a contract, right? That's something they're gonna have to figure out. They don't have a lot of time to do that, and then free agency is gonna hit, and then it's open market for everybody, and that happens in 5 days. Teams can start negotiating with him, and in 7 days, teams can start signing those guys. So we'll see, but I expect more moves to happen pretty soon for the Lions to clear some more cap space because this won't even handle the draft. I don't even know if that could pay for your first round pick. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna end it here. Basically, the last video we did with the update, just kind of take that last video and just kind of chuck it off to the side. Just don't hit the cat over there, but just chuck it. Oh, sorry. I think I hit a car. Just don't worry about that last one. This one should be more accurate, more updated, and more accurate because we actually have numbers now instead of just all projections. So 182.5. All right, man. Hey, there we go. That's where we at. That's what we got. You know what I mean? That's what we got. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.